All right, at this point, today is Duck Dash Kickoff, and Dave Schneider, our president-elect, has got the program for today. So you didn't give me anything else to introduce you with, so I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, there we go.
Well, hopefully that's the last time I get that introduction. So yeah, everybody, I'm Dave. I think, well, I know almost all of you. There's a couple people. I just met Russ today, so there's some people I don't know. So I'm the president-elect, and one of the things that the president-elect does is facilitates and organizes the big fundraiser for the club, the annual Duck Dash. And so you're all getting your packets today. Today's the day that we're actually kicking that off. And so, you know, I don't think there's anybody in this room that's never heard of Duck Dash. I think everybody in this room is probably well aware that it's a bunch of ducks that race down a river, and there's prizes, and, you know, we make money for the community. So, you know, this is going to be some old information for some of you. It's going to be some new information for some of you. My hope, though, I've put together a bit of a kind of a photo tour, you know, of previous Duck Dashes. So hopefully we'll be energized. All of us will be energized, whether it's new information or not. So, you know, the main thing, or I guess I should go back and just point out that it is on Saturday, June 3rd. It's at the same location, Tumwater Falls Park, and it's going to be a whole day event, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. with duck drop somewhere around 4 o'clock, hopefully right at 4 o'clock. And then that's a picture of the duck drop where there's 12,000 little rubber duckies hitting the river in pretty short order. And then from that point, it's just a quick race down the river where the first one that gets down is going to be crowned the winner, and then 20 plus, or actually 22 of them are going to score a prize for some lucky person that bought the right ticket. But you know, it goes all day. It's a lot more than just a duck race. It's a lot more than just the Duck Dash. There's it's a community event, and there's going to be a significant amount of food there. Ken Falkowski, one of our Rotarians, is chairing that committee that basically puts together all of the various vendors. There's going to be a row of them. There's going to be a lot of options to feed yourself and your family and your kids and your parents and anybody that you want to bring. There's cotton candy. There's all sorts of stuff. In addition to that, there's a big kids area that's put on by well, it's not put on by, but Cheryl Apte and Karen Eitram coordinate that. And Cheryl, do you have any comments about that for this year?
So, as always, we have the Interact students coming home in the kids area to run the event. And as always, there's either an SAT or some other big stakes test that morning. So we might be a little bit shy for part of the day, so we always reach out to Rotarians to come help us. It's fun, it's a free kids area. And you know, for the big people that are not our teenagers, we get to sit down a little bit and talk about once in a while. So we have lots of activities. We'd like to invite you to sign up when we send those sheets around. A ton of fun. And we do bring in a big toy of some sort. South Sound Solar this year will be running a fun little rubber ducky event for us. The Boys and Girls Club comes out with a special event, and Southside Reading Foundation is always there. So fun, big area. And that's it. Come in. Well,
Mary and Dan are two of our great volunteers in the kids area. Mary, is it fun?
it is awesome.
Is it scary?
No.
Don't hesitate. For an hour, come and play. It's fun. We won't make you face paint unless you want to.
Awesome.
Do the fishing thing. Dan?
Yeah, the
You
fishing
didn't ask
poles are
me.
fun.
Is it fun?
It is terrific. We get to run our own little store and sell all the little duckies and stuff. It's really fun.
It is fun. So we look forward to having you over there. We do laugh a lot all day long. We play, we have a great time. If you have teenagers in your life or older elementary school kids and they want to come help out, the more responsible those older kids, you know, like 12 and up, sort of, we can have them help with some of the events as well. Our grandkids, our nieces, nephews, all of that. So anyway, kids area, come and have fun.
Ken, did you have a comment
How
on
many
that?
Interact students do we need to work?
Pardon me?
How many Interact students do we need to work?
Everyone.
50?
Yeah.
So Ken, we need it for the Rockland County Public Health Center.
Haven't known.
To make it easy over there, 40 to 60 people is really nice. That easy got. And then, Kate, if they get like 40 of them, we get to supervise and not have to work as much. So it's fun.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. It is fun. It's a very active area that they have set up. Previously, you know, I don't know exactly what they're gonna have together this year, but there's been slides and bouncy houses. There's the bicycle drawing where there's several bikes that are raffled off. Ken, and that's happening again this year?
Yes. Riding War is helping me, and he's contacting vendors. We pass a hat here, collect some money. We buy about 12 bikes, 12 to 15, and then we have them there, and they get raffled off for kids.
Good deal. In addition to the bike raffle, as Cheryl mentioned, there's face painting. Lots of kids taking advantage of that booth. There's, I think this is the Interact booth. And then there's going to be folks there again this year. And Kim's coordinating with the Friends of the Cowlitz for the fishing. So that'll be there again this year. And of course there's music. Linnea, she's going to be organizing the entertainment for this year. And we have local entertainers, of course. So I'll probably be replacing the guy in the center there for the entertainment. But the other two have promised to lend a hand again, and it's a lot of fun. But it is a race, you know, and that's one of the main reasons we're there is to cheer our ducks on. And so when these ducks do get, you know, eventually they're going to get through the rapids. We've all seen the rapids. And then they're going to get down to the bottom. And that's where it's going to open up into a little bit more placid waters. And you can see that little opening there. That's the actual finish line. So, and if I'm wrong in any of this, just please feel free to correct me. I've never actually been at the finish line. But that's the finish line. And we have some of our more serious Rotarians help us down at this part. And you know, you can see them here, they're actually watching them come around the corner, getting ready to take note of who's going to come in first. And you can see they're all eagerly awaiting the first ducks. And then they're very meticulously organized by winner. And those are going to be all the winners. And we have some dedicated people to record who exactly was the first one across. And if anybody's actually ever seen Mike Marone's penmanship, it's obvious why he's the man of choice for this job. Because, you know, yeah, and this is, I mean, we got to keep in mind, this is covered by the Gambling Commission. So, you know, accuracy is at a premium. So there can be no ambiguity whatsoever. So Mike's there to save us on that front. And then once we do get all the winners, they get bagged, and those are the ducks. I think we have, well, more than 20. I forget the exact number, but those are the ducks that are going to be awarded a prize. So each person that gets the ticket, that gets the duck, that gets across the line, that gets put in one of those bags by Mike Marone is winning something. And this year we've got a good slate of prizes. You know, we've got the Disneyland Vacation for 4. Clue is donated a diamond ring for a prize. We've got Stack Brick Fire Pit going in by Sunrise, $1,000 cash, an entry door, big screen TV, iPad Air 2. In addition to this, there's more than 20 additional prizes, as well as the opportunity to not win that car, but Verl's indicated it's a 2017, it's very similar to that car, but it's a 2017 black convertible. Now, where's the slip? It's easy to forget the rules for winning the car, because you have a slip, or the yellow piece of paper that's going to tell you how easy it is to win. And it's just a number randomly selected out of 12,000 by an independent firm that gets put in a sealed envelope. And if that ticket is one of the ones we bought or one of the ones we sold, and it happens to be one of the first 20 that Mike Marone picks up and puts into that bag, then you'll win the car. So, you know, I don't know what the exact odds are, but it is definitely a prize. And all of these prizes, everything you've seen so far, the prizes, the work that's gets involved, putting the race on, the facilities, the logistics, everybody that's involved is one of two things. They're either a sponsor or they're one of us. They're a Rotarian. And the sponsors, there's several levels of them, as you can see. All the way, from supporters up to 250 bucks up to the diamond level of over 5,000. And it's these sponsors that are critical to even having this event. Without the sponsors and without the hard work of the Rotarians, the event doesn't even happen. So I'd like to quickly go through some of those sponsors. Ken Falcalci gets the contact that gets the Bruno and Evelyn Betty Foundation to sponsor $5,000. And they did that again this year. And so that's a pretty big gift, and that's a great one. We've also got Roxy, Kohl's, Clue Jewelers, Edward Jones again with Ken, the Olympia Tumwater Foundation, and Fast Signs of Lacey that have all been platinum. So that's a contribution in kind, cash, or prize of at least 2,500 bucks. That's significant. Not to be overlooked is all the gold sponsors who've dedicated at least in-kind cash or prize of upwards of $1,000. And then there's silver sponsors, bronze sponsors, supporters. In total, there's 66 sponsors this year, 66 individuals or companies that have donated a total of $54,000, almost $55,000 in cash, in-kind contributions and prizes. So we need and Ken Anderson and Burl are the spearheads of this. So we need to give a big round of applause for them. Ken's and Burl have been doing this for several years and has indicated to me that, he doesn't necessarily want to do it forever. He's never said he wouldn't do it forever, but I'm going to be president next year, Ken, and I'm going to work on perhaps getting you some relief on that. But you do outstanding work, and it doesn't go unnoticed. I mentioned that there's sponsors, and then there's Rotarians. I mean, in my view, the Rotarians, all the people that are he just handed me the odds of winning the car, so they're actually not that bad. 1 in 240,000. So I'll take that, and it's $5. I mean, come on, that's certainly going to cost you more than that to actually buy the car.
Somebody wants to check my math, but I think that's
So, but the Rotarians that assist and show up and help and do all the work that it takes to put on this event aren't necessarily one of those 66 sponsors, but they are sponsors. I mean, I think they are. And there's some pretty essential ones, the critical ones that are on this list. And these are the ones, when I kind of came into this role, it was the Duck Dash committee. And these aren't all committee heads because they're mostly committees of one. I mean, these people take it upon themselves to keep this boat rolling, or flowing, I suppose. And it doesn't, I mean, as the president-elect, right, it's my, I guess, job to make sure the Duck Dash happens. And I'm not saying it's, easy, but it certainly would be tremendously more difficult without these people. And it's almost like I just kind of prod it along and keep it going, and it's going again this year, thankfully. And if you're not on this list, that's great, because there's all sorts of opportunity for you to help you know, along with all these people. And it's already started. It started getting the gambling license. It started securing the facility. It started, there's a lot of work been done with the sponsorships, but it's going to continue. And I'm thinking it's going to continue at Bruce and Duane's. They haven't told me it's not, because they're potentially going to sell the place, and I don't see Bruce or Duane. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be at their house. So, but the date is going to be May 20th. I've penciled in May 19th and May 20th for cleaning and numbering, but I've talked to a lot of you, and I've been assured that we could probably knock it out in one day, so I'm going for one day. I'm going for May 20th. So it's a, well, I've never been there, but I've heard it's a fun day. You know? So, you know, there's food. There's definitely going to be food. There's going to be numbers, you know. There's going to be ducks. And then there's going to be Rotarians putting those numbers on ducks. And that's just like a whole day event. And Yasmin, for example, is in Turkey. She's not going to be back by May 20th, so we're already one down. Okay? So we're going to need everybody to step up if they can. Okay.
I'm not doing for sure.
You're not? Okay. Well, I'll be there this year, so I guess I'll pick up Yasmin's slot. But we are going to need, I mean, if you can contribute, if you can get there on May 20th, take a Thursday off. You know, no offense, but do it as a man. I mean, come out there and spend your time with your fellow Rotarians out there helping out.
Okay.
There's, and if you can't make it, that's fine. I mean, we all have busy lives. There's going to be lots of opportunity on June 3rd to help out with Duck Dash. This guy, he knows what to do, and you can ask him, and he'll help you out with tasks. These guys, clipboards, they're busy. They're out there doing stuff because they showed up, and there's going to be something for everybody. Ticket sales outlets. There's going to be a booth set up right there. We got Kelly, Josh, and Patrick. I think they're going to have the shade tent again this year.
Only if it's hot.
If it's hot, yeah. Hopefully it'll be hot. I think that goes a long way with selling a lot of tickets. So I'm keeping my fingers. Every Duck Dash I've ever been to, by the way, and I don't know what this says about me, but it's been really nice weather. And I know it's had to have been bad weather at some point, but I'm really hoping for it. We've got the aforementioned Dan and Mary with their tent that's in the kids zone. They can use your help. And something that Art's always done is the duck retrieval. And unfortunately, Art's not going to probably be there with us this year. I think Kim's doing that, or at least organizing that. And you can see all those nets, and you know, that's a job and that's a task. It's gone really smoothly the last couple of years because we've had so much help. And it really takes a lot of people showing up, picking up a net, walking up and down the river safely, and scooping up as many ducks as you can. That's something that and again, every year I've been there, it's gone fairly well. I can only imagine if it didn't. I mean, that would be a nightmare task to pick up 12, well, not 12,000, probably 11,000 ducks that are on the banks. And then after the Duck Dash, there's more opportunity to help. So if you can't show up on May 20th to number them, and you can't actually be there for the Duck Dash to assist, at a date that's to be determined, because I got to check with Bruce and Duane, and I got to check my own schedule. I just haven't done that yet. But it's going to be in mid-June sometime, one of those weekends, is the duck cleanup. And that's going to be an opportunity to, again, get together with your fellow Rotarians. We're going to lay out all the ducks, and we're going to diligently pick each one up, right? We're going to cut each number off, and then we're going to put them into a bin. And then we're going to eat food again and hang out and have fun. And then they're all going to get packed up and put into boxes and shipped away. And at that point, I'll probably look like this. Right? So, because that's joy. And it's not just joy for being a Rotarian and hanging out with your friends. That's because it's over. Right? I assume. So, but everything, again, everything we've talked about so far is sponsorships and Rotarians, and everything that's about is putting on the Duck Dash, right? But we don't do all that just to watch the ducks race, right? We do it to sell tickets for the ducks to race. We do it to raise money. We do it for the benefit of our community and for the world we live in. I mean, this money goes everywhere, and every dollar that we get in sponsorship helps put the show on. Okay, but every dollar that we get for selling tickets goes to a charitable cause. So that's where it really counts. That's where it really matters. And we've had this goal probably for, I don't know, probably as long as I've been around. We've had the same goal. We've achieved it once, and we've gotten very, very close every other time. But if we sell 12,000 tickets, that's 60 grand, right? That's going directly to the community and to the world for people in need. And it's obviously an admirable goal. Here's the numbers that we've done previously. We've done over 11,000 for the last 4 years. I'm assuming 2012 was probably right around there. We hit it in 2015, and that's every duck sold, and that's what I want to try to do this year. And there's no reason we can't do that. And you know, all of that money that we receive for the ducks after they go down the river is going to be for, I haven't put every cause up there, but it's going to be for a lot of really good purposes. So we need to keep that in mind when we get serious about selling tickets and when we get serious about asking people to buy tickets from us. You know, again, it's not just for a big race. You know, it's for the good of the world and the good of our community. And so to that end, we've, in keeping with tradition, put together sales teams. And we've got 10 of them. And that's the same number that we've had at least the last couple of years. And each one's led by a captain. And we're all on a team, and we're all going to try to be on the team that wins. And we're all going to try to be on the team that beats this guy, Larry Bloom. He's the Flying Feathers. They're back again. He's got a new team, but I don't know. Larry's a heavy hitter in this realm. So's Lucky Duck Jim Burton. He's another good one. So those are two of our captains. We've got Captain Irene. She's no slouch. That's a pretty good team. We've got the formidable Slam Ducks back again, right? Got some new people in here. We've got Mal of Madness, right? Mitch Deeds. I like this team. I like the way this one's shaped up. We got Winging It, Nat Hartley in the house. Bill McGregor, Ducks Unlimited. Now last year I think he was the Lame Ducks, and you went for a name change. And I guess I'm not going to ask you to comment on that. But you know, I think Ducks Unlimited is good. I like it. We've got Don Orzum bringing up Quack a lot. And then Shelika, another name change, but you know, yep, Rub-a-Dub Duckies. And then we got Mark, who, you know, when I saw your name, I'm like, where's the originality? What, I thought you didn't even put it in. And I'm like, that's great. But then I did it, and it's like my favorite name. So, and you know what? I got to tell you though, you're in a bit. If you counted those names, you're like a team of 8 with yourself. Yeah. Right? Larry Bloom and Lucky Ducky Jim are like at 10. So we're gonna need some extra help from you.
So our team motto is "No duck left behind." We're gonna sell them all. Right?
I like it. I like it.
And that's why we got the duck behind right there, I assume.
So, anyways, as far as the ticketing and the accounting and all that goes, Terry's playing a pretty big role in all of that. She's sitting at the back table. She's the one that's put all of our packets together. She's the one that has labeled everything and put everything in envelopes and organized everything and is keeping charge of everything. So before she is going to stand up and let us know all the rules and regulations, which I know she has a lot of, let's give her a big hand for doing all that. So Terry, would you like to stand up and let us know the rules and regulations?
As I told my husband, I kind of feel like the people at Price Waterhouse, because I have to get up and say this every year. Hopefully I don't get any of the envelopes messed up, but there's always a first time. I want to thank my accounting team first off, and that's Alice and Ken, and I end up with a couple extra ones. They've made it run really smooth, and I couldn't do it without them. Each of your packets has 60 tickets unless you've got a highlight, and that means you've got either more or less than 60. As the books are sold, as the accounting team, we would really appreciate it if the envelope and the tickets were turned in with the money at the same time as they're sold. The last day that we collected, we end up with about $6,000 worth of tickets, and so it's one of those where we just need to get them all in. So the sooner we get them in, the happier I am. If you do have a person that buys more than one ticket, on the ticket themselves, there is a line there that says ticket number to and from. You can go ahead and have them fill out the first ticket number and then put just down there 1 through 4 or 1 through 20, whatever they've bought as far as the ticket numbers. No credit cards. This is for the Gambling Commission. No AR. So we need the money as the tickets are in. We do need to have all the tickets turned in by the time those ducks go down the river. It's a major gambling situation, so we need to have them all in. Everyone's been fantastic on that. We haven't had any problems. Normally we go ahead and the 25th of May will be when we do ask that the tickets are returned. If you plan on selling that last week, we will reissue or just let me know. We just need to have them the day of. If you need extra tickets, myself or at Clues Dealers, see Dennis or Matt, they'll have tickets there also. Dave told you about the Mustang. It's everybody has one of the yellow sheets in your packet, so to explain as far as what they are. And over the last several years, we have sold the winning duck, or we've sold the duck that would have won the Mustang if it had not got lost and took a detour the wrong way. Last year we sold, as Dave said, we sold over 1,100, but the last 4 years we sold over 11,000 rather, and 2,300 of those tickets were sold the day of. So it's a real busy day. If you can't sell your tickets as far as during, come on out. We've got a captive audience for those tickets. And I guess that's about it, unless somebody has a question. Yes, Dennis?
Any posters or anything like that?
They were supposed to be in today. We definitely will have the posters next week. Yes, I did. Any other questions? Yes?
Not a question, but just, I guess, a word of caution to everybody selling. Make sure you explain to people when they buy about the Mustang, because I think we do have people that don't understand that it's not necessarily going to be given away that day, and I think they have to know that one ticket will be drawn and that one has to come in the top 20.
Right.
I think it's just important to let everybody know that so they're really clear that, because I've had some people at the race complain, I thought you were going to give away a Mustang, and they just need to understand that it's not necessarily going to happen.
Good point on that. And even if we do have one of the ducks that come in on the top 20, and it is one of the ducks, we still have some guidelines that we have to go through before we can actually say, yes, so-and-so won the Mustang. We need to have it verified. We have to have pictures of the ducks being picked up and everything. That's why Mike and Kim have been very diligent on that. And then we have to send all this documentation back to the accounting group. But we'll let people know that it has been one if one of those numbers do come in. And yes,
Is there a sign-up sheet for, I remember in prior years there were various locations where on Saturdays, for example, you could volunteer to sell tickets.
So Phil, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, next week we'll have that sheet and we'll pass it around.
Great.
We have 3 sites already confirmed for that. And the first one is April 29th at the Dragon Boat Festival down at the Port Plaza. And we've got other Top Foods is there again and other retail spots all the way up through third weekend in May. So next week I'll have that sheet circulate. But have in your minds now, the 29th will definitely need help as the first opportunity.
any other questions for me? Oh, Judy.
Would it be possible for us to get a copy of the sheet? I know it doesn't have everybody on it, but a copy of the sheet that shows the little lights and where everything goes. It's such a great video.
It's in the packet.
It is.
It's an older version, but it shows groups that we currently give to and groups that we have given to in the past. So there's a wide diversity of it, local and international. So in the package, you've got the where it goes, your teammates, all the teammates, and the yellow sheet for the ducks. Any other questions for me? Oh. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Terry. So again, you know, the only way this event gives back to the community is if we sell the tickets. And selling out all 12,000, it's only happened once, so it's far from an automatic. Terry mentioned we'd sold a couple thousand day of the last several years. I'd like to have only maybe 1,000 left day of, because you know, you get that poor weather. I don't want to be the guy that organized the Duck Dash and like 8,000 tickets got sold. So help me be not that guy. And you know, there's lots of opportunities to sell. And Phil mentioned that you know he's going to organize, he's going to pass around a sign-up sheet for you know, the Dragon Boat Festival for local grocery stores to have an organized selling point. Not all of it. I mean, we have some really, really extraordinary salesmen. You know, I mentioned Larry and Jim, and they're just excellent at that sort of thing. You know, I'm not at all a salesman, and you know, for me, it's you know, the going up and the asking and the talking. It's kind of it's just not my thing. So there's ways to get around it. I mean, email's a big one. Coming up with just a form email that you can send to a lot of people, and you personalize each one, of course. You know, please do that. Please at least put their name on it. But but you know, it's an easy way to avoid that awkward. You know, you don't want to sell and you end up buying them all yourself. You know, you don't want to do that either. I've been there too, Earl, so don't worry about it. I know. But really take advantage of trying to think of new ideas and new ways of getting out there and engaging. Every single one of us, I mean, we're in Rotary, right? We obviously have social connections. We know people, we can connect with them, we can reach out to them. There's more people than I can count that I personally know that I have never engaged for a Duck Dash ticket. And I don't know why that is, it's just kind of how that is. So I'm going to make it my personal mission to try to at least break that cycle for me, and we can all do that. You know, there's no reason we can't sell them all. Kelly.
Yeah, I just want to make a suggestion real quick. Josh is the PR guy, but our PR committee has been coming up with some new ideas to use Facebook and social media this year. So we're going to be putting a lot of stuff out there, and I'd suggest a really easy way. Like, make sure you've liked the Duck Dash Facebook page if you're on Facebook, and when we post stuff, and we'll post stuff about the prizes we're giving away or the charities that the money goes to or thanking some of the sponsors, when we post those things, a real easy way would just be to share it on your page and just say, hey, I'm part of Lacey Rotary, I'm selling tickets, you know, and then all your friends will see that, and then that's an easy way for them to know that they can go to you if they want to buy tickets or they can learn more about the Duck Dash. If everyone did that, that would reach so many more people than we could reach by paying for advertising. We'll pay for a little bit of advertising, but we'll be creating a lot of content. Mitch, Angela, Josh, and myself, we're going to be doing some new things. So, you know, I'd say that's a really easy way if you like, you know, I'm like you, Dave, I don't like going up and selling things to people too much, but that's an easy way to, you know, try to make it fun and interesting. And so just one thought to help everyone sell tickets a little better.
Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, and talk to your captains. Your captains might have ideas that you're not thinking about. Kim, do you have a question?
Dave, I've been doing the finish line for 27 years. And I need help this year with canoes, kayaks, rubber rafts, anything that you can bring down there at the finish line at the old brewery. We launched the boats there, and I coordinate the finish line with me and Mike Marone. We pick up the winning ducks. After we get all the winning ducks coordinated and they have been sold, then I tell people to go out there and pick up the ducks. Now you're talking 12,000 ducks we got to pick up, put them in a boat, bring them back to the shore, put them in black plastic bags, take those bags and put them in a pickup truck that's there and haul them away. That's a lot of work that I need some additional help with in hauling those ducks out of the boat into the bags and loading. A little incentive. The boat that comes in with the most rubber ducks gets $100 cash. All right. So if you can come down here and help with the finish line, please see me, and I'll take down your name and number so I can call you and remind you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, and then at the end, though, selling tickets, just like the slide says, it helps others. That's what we're doing by selling tickets. We can make a difference in the community for not just our community, but for those less fortunate in other parts of the world. And thank you in advance for making this a huge success already. And we've got to remember, the more tickets we sell, the more people we're going to be able to help. And just key dates, today, we're beginning our sales. That means tonight we can get going, right? 10 minutes, we can get going with this. May 20th at Bruce and Dewan's, we're going to do the numbering and cleaning, and we're going to knock it out in one day. We're going to be done with our tickets. We're going to have everything back to Terry by the 25th, and that's our goal. June 3rd is the actual duck dash, and then within a couple weeks after that, we're going to do the cleaning, or the denumbering and putting back up in boxes. And we need people to help with all of that. So if you can, please do. That's it. Thank you. Yeah. I think Terry had one more thing to say.
I just want to let everybody know that we've had 10 books turned in already.
Wow. For the gyms?
Okay.
Thank you, Dave.
Were those sold books, or did somebody turn back their books in?
No, sold books. And if you didn't see it on your way in, on the back table is that coveted big duck trophy for the individual and for the team who sells the most ducks this year. So Larry Bloom is the current record holder, and knock him off that pedestal and get your name on that traveling trophy. Doesn't get any. It's not a green jacket, I get that, but it's it's good.